Well, greetings and salutations. I'm going to try doing this just as a live desktop recording. Sorry about my voice. Got a little bit of a cold going on. Somebody came to my channel last night and asked me to review a video that was put out by DITRH. Now, unfortunately, the video that he linked me to does not seem to exist anymore. So I don't know what's up with that, but seeing that he was talking about the something to be 3D modeled out and the personal atmospheric dome, I did find 8 hours ago DITRH put out this video. So let's check this real quick. I just want to show you a couple of things, and yeah, you can do with this what you want. First of all, this clock. This clock is based on the map that was made by Skiba a long time ago. And I'd like to point something out about this clock because I find it very interesting that people still support this clock given the way it was made. And the fact that it doesn't really comport with anything in reality in this sense. What I want to show you here is, this is Skiba. Rob Skiba's video number 9, top 10 reasons why we allegedly know the earth is round. He's basically debunking somebody else's video about 10 proofs about the earth being a globe. Now, I want you to listen to this because this is how that map was created. Okay, and these are Rob Skiba's own words. Okay, so
pole, that's where you would get a 24-hour sun if it in fact actually exists. So I'm using Stellarium. It's heliocentric globe-based software now.
Okay, using Stellarium.
Created by people who believe in the ball. And I was modeling it, and it allows you to figure out, what direction you want to point the camera, what type of camera you want to use, and whatnot. And you can set your location. So I set my location to Antarctica in, I think it was the Ross Ice Shelf area.
Okay, it's a view from Antarctica at field of view. He's got the field of view set to 250. Hold on. Field of view set to 235 degrees. Okay, that's basically seeing behind you. Okay, but listen.
And I set the duration up for an entire year. I wanted to see the whole year from the beginning of January to the end of December to see what the sun was doing. And so you can set the animation up, and you could set the speed and duration and all that. So you don't have to sit there for an entire year. You can make the whole year go by pretty fast and observe what the sun and moon are doing. And the software also allows you to turn off the stars and turn off the ground plane. And I got this idea, instead of just looking in one of the cardinal directions, north, south, east, or west, I decided to angle the camera so it was looking straight up, and the software actually allows you to, as if you're pulling the camera into the ground and put it in sort of like a fisheye lens mode where...
Okay, sort of a fisheye lens mode? No, that's 230 degrees, man. That's more than fisheye. But did you notice he's in Antarctica and he's pointing straight up, in this case looking at the South Celestial Pole. Turned off the stars, turned off the land, okay, which would have made it basically at this height, at this field of view, it would have made the land probably about this size. Okay, just grasp that. That's what this was made from. Okay, and I'm sorry, he even goes on to say that he applied it. Hold on.
You can actually see all 4 cardinal points at the same time. And so I'm watching the sun and moon go over me in a counterclockwise fashion because I'm looking up from the ground, so it's coming up from my right and going over me to my left, so from east to west, And after I modeled the whole thing and looked at it, and with the ground plane off and the stars off, it's just a black background with the sun and moon going around counterclockwise. Well, I thought, man, I wonder what that would look like over the flat Earth map. And so I punched out the black in my video software and put in the image of the azimuthal equidistant map. And then the only thing I did to that video was do a horizontal flip. because it was going counterclockwise from the ground view looking up. And since I'm now looking down from above, it needed to switch.
Okay, so he took Stellarium, widened the field of view to over 230 degrees, turned off the ground, turned off the stars, which would have just made all this look wonky anyway. From Antarctica, looking up at the South Celestial Pole, put it down over the North Pole, inverted it, and called that proof. But anyway, nevertheless, that's where this all came from. That's where this came from. And anybody who thinks it's worth anything is just, oh, jeez. And I invite anybody to find me how the moon actually looks this way from any of these locations. So, anyway, moving on. Yes, when viewed from above, blah, blah, blah. Sun and moon circle over the flat Earth. Yeah. Basically, they're just selling an app. An app that does not concur with reality. Let me show you another neat little thing right now. This is New Zealand. Currently, right now, that we are between the winter and spring equinoxes. In other words, we in the northern hemisphere are in wintertime. The sun is rising south of east and setting south of west in Auckland, New Zealand. Look it up yourself. There are even live webcams. I showed one about a year ago. And do you see that happening on this thing? No, of course you don't. Why? Because it's not happening the way that's in that map. Now, wherever we see the sun, it's 12 noon there. That doesn't really... Yeah. Sorry. But hold on. This gets better. 12 noon in Sydney, Australia. Okay. But if you back right now, this is and you can look this up as well. Right now, 12 noon in Sydney, Australia, yes, the sun will be to the north. However, it rose south of east and set south of west, which is not happening in this model. Period. But anyway, get on to the part that the guy actually wanted me to look at. Okay, when we view the sky up from the ground and we are looking up through our personal atmospheric dome. Now, something about the personal atmospheric dome. Something that Jeranism actually put out. Okay, listen to these words. This is the size of the personal atmospheric dome. Ready?
Here, when you have the idea of the personal atmospheric dome, which if you were out in the middle of the ocean would only be a 3-mile, it would be a 3-mile radius or 6-mile diameter.
Okay, the personal atmospheric dome is a 3-mile radius or 6-mile diameter. Now, he's also discussing in here the video that they had. I forgot the guy's name. I think his name was Elu or something like that. I forgot. My apologies. I just don't remember the guy's name. But they had it on a Globebusters episode where the people who say you cannot model out flat Earth in 3D and you cannot model out flat Earth using CGI are using CGI to model out flat Earth, or at least how the sun appears to rise and set within inside of this personal atmospheric dome. And he even goes on to say that they did a bunch of manipulations to the characteristics of the light in the program to make it so that so they can get what they wanted. And even then, it doesn't work. It doesn't work, and it's definitely not going to make the sun rise south of east, set south of west, in the southern hemisphere, everywhere, when it during wintertime in the north. It doesn't explain it, and it doesn't work. But remember, 6 miles, right? Now let's go back to this here. Ready? This is back on DITRH's video. This is something. Now look at this. Look at the size of this. This is the personal atmospheric dome, as modeled out here for whatever reason. This personal atmospheric dome has a diameter of approximately Australia. That's not 3 miles or 6 miles. That's not a 3-mile radius. That's not a 6-mile diameter. Period. And would not create the sun rising south of east and setting south of west in Sydney. Period. Or in Perth, where he's got it over right now. Which is what I think he's trying to, I don't know who he's talking to. Okay? And he's got it labeled, the personal atmospheric dome. That is the size of Australia. Not the 6-mile diameter that Jeranism said. So, hold on. This is why we see the sun. He's saying this is why we see the sun set to the southwest. This is not even the refractive properties of any medium. It wouldn't push it from something up here. It wouldn't push it down here. It just doesn't work that way. Okay? Anything that is being refracted, let's say this was the sun or the moon, coming into this thing, you would see it up here. You would not see it down here. Refraction just doesn't work that way. It just doesn't. Oh, and by the way, thanks for the laser demonstration here that you. This was I think this is the sugar water one. I don't remember which one. There's a couple of them out there. Thanks for showing that you can actually bend a laser light over a curve. Thanks for showing that, by the way. Okay, so that's all I really wanted to go into on this. I find it hysterical that this is being used as any kind of a proof. Most observations have more than one explanation. No, they don't. It's possible to get an explanation wrong, but then you research it further to find out what the right answer is. You don't just nuh-uh it because it doesn't fit your literature. Okay? Ball Earth thinking, 2 + 2 = 4. There's no other explanation for 4. Math doesn't lie. That's true. But this was funny. I saw this. But don't look at 1 + 1 + 1. That's still math equaling 4. This is still math equaling 4. Okay, these are different ways to come to the exact same conclusion. Okay? It has nothing to do with... You can't just use that as your excuse for making this somehow work. Because this does not work that way. Okay? Physics doesn't care if you add, subtract, multiply, or divide. Nature doesn't care if you add, subtract, multiply, or divide. It doesn't care. It's going to do its thing regardless of which way you want to define it. However, if you define it, then you have to find out. You will find out exactly what it is that's being shown. Pool balls are round, therefore a pool table is a sphere? That makes absolutely no sense. It really doesn't. Pool balls are round, therefore the pool table is a sphere. Who says that? That doesn't even make sense. What you're trying to do is you're trying to actually build off of the fact that the comment that since other planets are round, it's highly likely that that is proof that the Earth is round. Nobody said because because space must be round. That doesn't even make sense, Dirth. And something else I'd like to point out. Think outside the dome. Now, Dirth is sitting here selling the personal atmospheric dome. But at the same time, Dirth also sells this as day and night coverage. You know, the whole solid glass or solid crystal dome put over the entire flat Earth. So you're not helping yourself here, Dirth, because these are two contradicting claims. One does not support the other. Anyway, that's all I wanted to show you guys. Again, sorry about my voice. And so basically, he's advertising something that was made fraudulently by looking up from the center of Antarctica or near the center of Antarctica, up through the South Celestial Pole on a software that was actually designed and shows how the moon and stars work around the globe. That's what this uses. That's the information that this uses. Okay, Jeranism says that the personal atmospheric dome is about 3 miles. The border of it is about 3 miles away, whereas DITRH, I don't know who came up with this, but DITRH shows it about the size of Australia. So y'all need to get that part straight. And yeah, your bad parts about math, sorry, DITRH. From a guy who can't even get the right solar filter for a camera and can't seem to film something in focus, sorry, dude. Everything about this video is incorrect, and putting it out as if it's fact is actually lying. So, ladies and gents, that's all I really had. Y'all have yourselves a night.
Oh my god!